Welcome to the OAPN podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts. 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
Welcome to episode 41 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. Last episode, we also had a stand-up comedian. We've had about 7 to 8 stand-up comedians now, and so Jyotin was here. Very unique comic style, if I may. And I think I mentioned this on the last episode itself. Like, we want to be in a place where the doors of this studio are open to the stand-up scene in Bangalore, because that's something that we are generally very proud to be a part of and very proud to know some of them, right? So if you haven't watched that episode, definitely do. It's a fun one. Today's special, we're finally into the 40s. We put out a post thanking our last 20 guests, all of them who are here. So it's good to be on 41 and 9 away from the first big milestone. So excited to start off this one. So we are in 41. Today I have a friend here, a college senior, and I would say an exciting entrepreneur, if I may. Before I talk more about him, let's say hi to Krishnan Mahadevan. Hey Krishnan.
Hi Adarsh, how are you?
Good man, how you been? It's been ages since I saw your face in the college campus. It's been a good 7 years. Yes, it's been 7 years.
Yes.
7+ years. Yes. So here's the scene. For those of you who know Krishnan, awesome. Here's your chance to listen about his story in a little more detail. Maybe you already know a little bit of it, and I'll help you dig into that a little more deeper. For those of you who don't know who Krishnan is, he's the owner of Iyer Idly, which is a place that serves one of the best idlis in Bangalore. And the way this started for me is there was one of the media channels that had picked up his story, and the video had done pretty well. And I really liked the way him and his mother had spoken about their story. And I said, this is something that we can have on the podcast. Because if I remember, these videos are 5 minutes or 10 minutes long. And even the Kripa Lamana one is how long? 20 minutes? 25 minutes?
20 minutes.
20 minutes, right? And I just felt that on the podcast, we'll have more scope to kind of get into the whole story in a little more raw format, if I may. So that's what I'm excited about. Also, it's the first time we have had a restaurant owner on this podcast. So thank you for, kicking that off, right?
Thank you for having me over in the first
place. So. Because for us, we want to be able to touch as many fields as possible as a podcast as well. So this is actually very exciting for us. So welcome to the episode. I hope you'll enjoy. So Krishnan, let's start, man. Iyer Idly as a brand, right? For the people who know Iyer Idly, how do you think they are perceiving Iyer Idly? What is Iyer Idly for the people who know Iyer Idly? What do you think they are thinking about it?
I would say it is a savior to most people, as people would tell me. It is just a place that serves food at the end of the day. Bottom line, we serve food to people. People consider it to be a part of their family. People consider it to be a part of their network. Mm-hmm. Some people consider it to be a part of their life as well. So we've evolved. We've grown from just any other store to become a part of people's life. Yeah. So it did take some time, 2 decades, more than 2 decades to be precise. But I don't think we're still there. Getting there. Yeah.
Getting there. Nice, because it matters, right? Like today, if you look at any business, it's the perception, it's the brand image of it that really decides what the future holds for them. So anyway, let's go to the basics of. And when I say basics, obviously we'll start about where it started as a brand, but I want to kind of ask you where it started for you. When did you personally decide to associate yourself with this Iyer Idly as a brand and say, this is going to be my main scene?
So I'll tell you, just to give you some background, right?
Yeah.
So we started off in early 2001. Okay, so Iyer Idly was not started as Iyer Idly. Okay, so we started as a small a cottage industry type. So what we used to do, we used to make idli dosa batter. Okay, so we used to make dosa batter in packets, and we used to sell it in different shops. I was 9-10 years old back then. So what I used to come back from school, quickly have a bite to eat, and then on my bicycle, we used to keep a carton box, and there used to be a lot of batter packets. So through the day, all the orders we used to write it on a blackboard, and then I used to go to different shops to sell. So that's how I started off, at the age of 10. I had a very different childhood. It was all about work, again, considering family situation and, all of that. So I was focused more into work. I had a very different childhood. I was not the one who used to come back from school, run to play, come back or play video games. None of that existed. Come back to school, do your bit of work for the family, earn money, and get back to your routine. So that's how we started off. We started making batter. We used to sell batter. So I used to go to different shops, and I slowly started to communicate. I used to, shopkeepers used to wonder, what is this small boy coming here and selling, like items. And it gave me that kind of confidence to speak to people. I started to slowly associate myself. And then people started telling, like, okay, now that you're selling batter, why don't you open a small shop to start selling idlis? And early 2000s, right? Bangalore was beginning to boom. IT companies started coming into Bangalore to establish branches. So you had a lot of immigrants coming to Bangalore looking for jobs. And again, and people didn't have much time to cook because everyone started to get busy with life, busy with work. And this batter thing kind of clicked for them because all you have to do is come home, buy a packet of batter and cook for yourself. Pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to spend time grinding. You don't have to do any of that. Ready to cook. And kind of clicked, and then slowly the idli business also, that took a while. Yeah. And I think late 2001, month of September, we took a small place on rent. And that's how Iyer Idly was born. Yeah.
Why Iyer Idly?
I mean, you should ask my dad. I wish I knew. Iyer is a community.
Yes.
The Tamil Brahmin speaking community. The Kerala community is Iyer. So we belong to the Iyer caste. And idli, because we used to sell only idlis, right? So we started off selling only idlis. So I think that's why Iyer Idly came into picture. So it's nothing to do with caste again. So a lot of people think Iyer means, though these guys are caste oriented, like none of it. No, I'm the last person to think of all that. I'd look at it like a brand. It's a brand name. It's got nothing to do with caste, nothing to do with community, religion, none of it. At the end of the day, it's a brand name. That's it.
So what about attaching yourself professionally to it?
So
I understand that post college you got into like a proper corporate job.
So I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So as I said, right. So I was associated with Iyer Idly right from my childhood. I used to work in shop. I used to, like, any free time, like, I used to help dad. Back then we didn't have employees or anything. It was just dad, mom, and myself. So I used to be there. Like, I mean, as an 11-year-old boy, what is the max that you can do? You can probably collect money. Each idli was priced at 1 rupee 50 paisa.
Wow.
Each idli, So there was a ready reckoner there. So if someone buys, say, 8 idlis, so you look at the table, 8 multiplied by 1.5 is 12. Just collect 12 rupees, give change. So I started off doing
basic.
Exactly. I started off doing such things. And like, again, at that point of time, I started to realize what financial struggle meant. Believe it or not, at least for the first 1-2 years when we started off, we used to sell not more than 50 to 60 idlis a day.
That is, say $75
a day. Your earnings is $75, not your profit.
Yeah.
Minus all your costs, your profit would be about
40.
30 to 35 rupees to feed a family of 5.
Shit.
So and at that point of time, I began to realize.
Which year is this, Krishnan?
2001, 2002. So I began to realize what financial struggle is, or how hard it is to earn money. And I had a very I would say not so fancy childhood. I had like a good, decent enough childhood. I'm not someone who parties, or like, it's just for me work, school, come back from school, go to work. So I used to go to shop in the...
You had siblings growing up?
I have a younger sister,
Younger sister.
Younger sister. She's 4 years younger to me.
Okay.
So that's how these responsibilities over a period of time started coming, and I became more and more attached to this place. And come 2008, in 2009, sorry, my dad passed away.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 16. Yeah, I just finished first PUC.
2008?
2008. I just finished
Okay.
first PUC. 2009, sorry. I just finished first PUC exam, and 4 days later he passed away. And then the entire family responsibility, looking after business, just came on mom and myself. See, at that point of time, 16 adolescent, you don't
Yeah.
even know what you're thinking, right?
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, okay, fine, let me stop studying. Anyways, how does it matter? I'm going to sell it. I was fixed that I'm going to sell Idlys for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
A degree doesn't matter. I'm not going to do anything great with a degree. A degree is just a piece of paper. This was my thought process in 2008. Okay. 2008,
2009, the shop has already been around for how long?
7-8 years.
7-8 years. But although 7-8 years, you have sold Idlys. You have sold Idlys.
Sold
Okay,
Idlys, yes.
okay. Got it.
Business began to pick up, not drastically, but it began to pick up. From 50
At
days
that
a day,
point.
we increased to 200,
Okay.
then probably 300, and then we reached at a point wherein we sold about 400, 500 Idlys a day. Gradual increase. We had organic growth throughout, no big bang, no overnight success, nothing. And then 2009, this incident happened. It changed me completely. I didn't know what to do, what was happening at that point of time. It changed me as a person, as an individual. So much of family responsibilities. You have to look after 3 other people in the family. And then that's when I realized, okay, fine, it's time for me to step up.
At 16?
At 16, yeah. It's a blessing, I would say, because, see, at college might give you a degree. Yeah. But what life teaches you, and what this has taught me, business over the last 15, 16 years, I have not learnt it anywhere. The experiences that I've had, the kind of people I've met, the learnings that I've had, I think that this is something that you can't describe. This is something that you have to experience it. Yeah. And I shouldn't be saying this, but I was blessed to have this. Yeah. Otherwise, it would have been it would have been a easy journey for me.
What do you mean blessed to have this? Have what?
The experience. Yeah.
Of losing a parent and
It's not-
getting into the...
I'm not
getting into that zone
yeah.
being tested.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, life would have been really easy for you.
Yeah.
Parents earning, feeding you, you have everything you want. You want something, you cry and you'll get it. That's how it is, right?
Yeah.
And I had none of it, and I had to fend for myself. I didn't have a guide. I didn't have a mentor. I walk or I run. I fall down. I get up. Clear my dust. Move on. So these experiences is something that you will not get everywhere. And I shouldn't be saying this, but I was lucky to experience this.
Yeah.
And now I am I can face any kind of challenge that comes my way. And that's when my independent journey started. So mom and I used to manage. So get up in the morning, spend 1-2 hours in shop, run to college, spend the day in college, come back from college, go to shop. So pretty much this was my routine for my entire college life. This was my routine. Weekends, shop. Weekdays, shop, college. So it is and see, and I did not regret, I didn't enjoy college life, I didn't go to this party. It didn't matter to me back then. It really didn't matter to me. Believe it or not, my first movie I watched in a theatre was at the age of 21.
Wow, man.
Yeah, Hangover 3, Rex Theatre on Brigade Road.
That's where we all watched it. Next theatre from Joseph's.
That was the first time. I think this was in 2015 March, April sometime. Yeah, that was the first time I ever stepped into theatre. Like, wow, this is how it looks. I didn't. So for me, see, I had different priorities. Yeah, for me, priority was looking after business, looking after family,
Sorting that scene.
Yeah, and I'm. It's not that I regret. I didn't have a good college. Yeah, I do sometimes. Looking at the way people enjoy college life now, that thought just comes to your mind. But again, there were different priorities back then. So I guess that was more important to me than spending time in pub or something. So,
but then it's not just about going to the pubs and movies, right? I think another way I look at it is also you came to one of the best institutions. I think that itself, I think people discount that. The way I see it is, that itself is a huge opportunity. For the fact that people like us got a chance to be a part of an institution like that, that's already a great college life. You met so many amazing people, you met so many amazing teachers. That's already like, what more do you need, right?
Exactly.
Some of us, that's all we end up needing and nothing more than that. Just going back to the time you spoke about your dad passing away, right? How did the division of tasks happen? Because there was some work that your dad was doing. Then how did the task division happen between you and your mom?
See, the thing is...
And was your mom, did she know all the tasks? Or, I mean, and you're too young to understand all the tasks. How did that transition happen?
We learned it over a period of time. See, it's not that... I mean, he wrote down in a piece of paper, say, this is what you're supposed to do, step 1, step 2. None of that happened. All of a sudden, yeah, like in the span of few seconds, everything was done. So, initially, it seemed scary. But again, over a period of time, we learnt it. And, you know, like, okay, that's how it happened. So
there's no option at that point of time. You got to learn it.
Yeah, you can't.
You got to
no
learn
option,
it.
yes.
So let's go into the, you know, how you spoke about balancing college life and the shop. And you said you didn't go to pubs and you didn't go to movies. But so at the end of a college day at 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., when everyone else was going out or say just chilling in the basketball court like we did like till late in the night, right? What were the thoughts going to Krishnan's mind every day when he packed up and it's time to head back while everyone's still there and chilling? What were the thoughts?
Nothing. I just had to run, get back home.
Did you feel life is unfair?
I felt it was. I definitely did. Any human would feel life was unfair. But okay, see, not 5 fingers aren't the same, right? Everyone's journey is different. Everyone's life is different. So you really can't. It's unfair for me to compare, to say, oh, my life is like this, his life is like that. See, everyone goes through their own journey. I think that maturity of accepting things, that kicked in very early for me. A lot of people around me tell me that, Krishnan, you matured really, really quick. At the age of 13, 14, I could make financial decisions where people didn't even know, where at that moment people hadn't even seen a bank challan in their life. Like, so I was, I mean, see, that's how the situation was, right? So all these things I've learned over a period of time. I was given the opportunity to make financial decisions. You know, like I could, simple thing, you know, like when dad passed away, we had a home loan for 8 lakh rupees.
Fuck.
Yeah. And EMI of 30,000 rupees per month, roughly of that sort back then. Yeah. And then, I mean, we worked hard. Mom and I worked, sacrificed everything. 2 years, we managed to clear it. Yeah. So all these budgeting, planning at a very tender age, I kind of knew it. I knew all of it. So, see, it's, as I said, it's unfair to compare one's life with the other. But, you know, like you start comparing, there's no end to it. Yeah, you can just go on ranting about your life, saying that your life sucks, your life is bad and everything. But once you start looking at the positives, yeah, you'll feel a lot better about yourself.
So there's 3 stages to this, I see, right? Yeah. So there's one stage where you say, fuck, this is unfair. My life is unfair. Second stage is acceptance. Third is when you start to enjoy it. Where do you think you are today?
I enjoy it.
Yeah? What about Krishnan's life you think is the most exciting part?
I'm always on my toes. I don't sit idle even for a minute. I don't like to sit idle for a minute. I like to keep working. I like to keep engaged myself in something or the other. Whether it could be the smallest of smallest things. Just walking somewhere, getting chores done, to standing and working for like 10, 11 hours a day. That's exciting. Okay, again, look at life in this way. How many of them have the chance to do what I'm doing currently?
Very few.
Very few.
Very few.
Yeah. How many actually have the opportunity to follow their passion?
Yeah.
You know, like everyone keeps ranting about, you know, they keep cribbing about a corporate job, like a desk job, saying, I log in for 14 hours a day from morning to night, blah, blah, blah. How many of them actually stepped up and said, screw this shit, I'm doing what I want to do in life? 1 in 1,000, 1 in 10,000. I'm one of them. I'm happy about it.
Your batchmates who took up corporate life, First, what are they saying about you? Second, are they earning more than you?
What are they saying about me? Everyone's happy. Everyone's like, it's a great thing that you followed your heart. Yeah. The earning part, I'm really not sure because I don't discuss finances with them and vice versa. So I don't know. So that's something that I'm not.
But does
aware
that
of.
matter to you? Would you want to be doing better than them?
I'll tell you one thing. At some point of time in life, you will realize money isn't everything. Yes, it is required. Okay, for you to sustain, for you to survive in a society, money is required. But after a point in time, you will realize mental peace, mental health, sleep, and food. These four are more critical than anything. It's okay to have only $10 in your pocket and go to bed peacefully, rather than having 10 million and not knowing what to do with it and not sleeping peacefully at night. You work so hard from morning to night for what? When you can't even get 5-6 hours of basic sleep,
What's the point?
What's the point?
Yeah.
You will realize all this over a period of time. Yeah. Some people will realize it in their late 40s. Some people will realize it in their late 50s. I realized it very, very early.
You're lucky. You're lucky.
I realized it extremely early. I had a solid corporate job, a well-paying corporate job with one of the top investment banks in the world. Yeah. Fantastic role. I was performing at my best. I was performing much better than the peers around me. Everything was on track for me. It slowly began to realize, it struck me at one point of time. How long am I going to sustain a life like this? Yeah? 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, where do I see myself doing the same job day in and day out, 365 days a year, minus the weekends? No.
Not really.
Not really. Even while working, Adarsh, believe it or not, my mind used to be in shop all the time.
Yeah.
Every half an hour, I used to call up these guys and ask, is everything fine? Is everything sorted for today evening? Is everything sorted for tomorrow morning? And that's where I was physically present in office. Mentally, I was elsewhere. I was elsewhere. The only reason why I stuck to a corporate job is for my mother. I'll be open and honest about it. See,
was that her definition of success?
Yeah, I mean, see, the thing is, she came from a tier 2 city, a tier 2 town. Okay. I mean, see, you explain mental health, you explain, a peace of mind and all that. See, they won't understand all of that. They come from a different generation, yaar. So, to her, success means you're working in a fancy corporate, glass buildings, dressing up in formals every day, suited up.
Cab should come pick you up.
Yeah, cab should come pick you up.
Drop you.
Yeah, that's the kind of, that's their definition. And see, I wouldn't blame them. Yeah, because that's their exposure. Yeah, that's her. Yeah. And she always wanted, like, Krishnan, you've studied so much. So I've done my MCom, I've done my MBA, executive MBA in finance, and ICAA final. I have one group to complete in my final. So she's like, you've studied so much. Why do you want to sell idlis, work in the corporate, all of that? And then, see, I didn't want to disappoint her. Yeah, she sacrificed so much for me. The least I can do is make her smile. That's the least I can do for her. Okay, fine, cool. For her happiness, I worked for 4 years. I didn't complain for 4 years. I worked my ass off. Weekdays, weekends, I worked my ass off completely. So Monday to Friday, solid corporate job. Saturday, Sunday, solid Iyer Idly job. 7 days a week, I was packed for 4 years. I didn't take a break. I didn't take a vacation. Nothing. Work and work. So, and then, fine, I reached my saturation point. At the end of 4 years, I reached my saturation point. And I told her, see, this is not happening. Yeah, it's difficult for me to manage two things at the same time. Yeah, a 14-15 hour corporate job, 3-4 hours in shop every day, 17-18 hours of work. I barely sleep, and Bangalore traffic.
Yeah, so you're sleeping for like max 4 hours.
3 to 4 hours
on a good day.
On a good day, 3 to 4 hours on a good day.
Good.
And I told her, see, this is becoming difficult for me.
Got it.
Luckily, pandemic happened. Luckily, for me it is lucky, not for the rest of the world, okay? Pandemic happened, work from home started. And she realized how this poor boy is logging.
She saw you working.
She saw me working at home, always on calls, 7-8 hours of calls in a day, work, no lunch on time, no dinner on time, log out at 1-2 in the night, early morning. As soon as I wake up, the first thing I'll do, I'll turn on my laptop and then go brush my teeth. So by the time I'm done brushing my teeth, my laptop's already booted. I didn't want to waste that 5 minutes also I didn't want to waste. So she realized, okay, what this boy is making sense. Somehow halfway through the first lockdown, she kind of got convinced. Okay, what this boy is telling is making sense
Should
to me right
happen.
now.
No.
Fine. So it's time, let him do what he wants with life. So I told her, see, you take a back seat. Okay, you've probably anchored the ship enough. It's time for you to take some rest. I will run the show.
Let me
you
call
be
the
there.
shots now.
You be there. If I want something, at the end of the day, I'll come to you. You know how to make. You're a better cook than I am. Okay, you know how to make idli better than I do. Definitely. If there is something, I will come and ask help. I'll definitely take help from you. I will not shy away from that. But managing two things at the same time is impossible for me to do. It's humanly not possible.
Yeah.
All my friends used to go on vacations. Every Friday, they'll call me, Macha, come bro, we'll go to Goa, we'll go here, we'll go there. Like, yes, I have shop. Couldn't do anything. I couldn't do. 4 years, I never took a break or a vacation. Like literally, my school friends, at least as far as I can remember, they've done 5 to 6 trips. I wasn't even a part of one. I couldn't. And see, they understood. Luckily enough, they understood. They're understanding people. They understood, okay, fine, this guy has other priorities and commitments. So they've seen me, right? We've grown together since childhood. So they kind of realized, and fine. They were supportive enough. And then I told her, see, eventually I'll get married in life. I'll have to spend time with partner. I'll have to give time for family. With a corporate job and a business at the same time, it's impossible. Now, I have to pick any one. If I have to pick a job, I'll have to let go of business. If I have to pick business, I have to let go of job. Now, which one to pick? Again, you come up with, see, in life throws multiple things at you, right? The most difficult thing is making a choice. You know, I place pizza and pasta in front of you. Both are enticing, both are delicious. You won't know what to do. You would want both. You want both, but can you have both? Your hunger is limited, right? You can't eat unlimited.
Yeah.
And then I told her, see, this is one memory of dad that I have, Iyer Idly. And see, by then it was almost Iyer Idly was almost 19 years old. 19 years, we have done so much of hard work. We've struggled and we have come up in life. It's easy to let go of something, but to create that brand image, it'll take a lot of time. It'll take another 10, 15 years for you to start off with something new, and it'll definitely take time for you to have organic growth. So I told her, see, it's easy to let go. A lot of people were ready to buy Iyer Idly also. Huge sums of money. And I said, no, I'm sorry, I want to keep this. It's something that we have, as a family, all of us have put in hard work and we've created this. Yeah. And I didn't want to let go of it. It's fine, see, I have a degree. I have 3 degrees as a matter of fact. If not this job, some job in life I can do, something in life I can do. Yeah. But for me to create this, I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't even know if I'll be able to create something like this ever again. Yeah. And I said, okay, fine, leave it. Let go of the job. I think second week of September, I walked up to my manager. I said, boss, putting down my papers, I can't do this anymore. See, I mean,
what did he say?
No one's going to agree in the first place, right? Like, see, at the end of the day, like, if he loses headcount, he's answerable to his upper management. Obviously, everyone tries to convince you, like, we'll do this for you, we'll do that for you, we'll create better opportunities, better work-life balance, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, whatever you do,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a demanding corporate job. You'll have to accept it.
Yeah.
Am I in a position to do it? Right now, no.
No.
Great difficulty. It took me almost 3 months to convince them. I served a notice period for almost 3 months. From when I put down my papers.
For them to transition also.
Find a replacement. So many things. Everything. I mean, whatever it is. So it took me almost 3 months. End of December 2020, like, okay, done. I said, boss, I can't do this. Finish. I just walked. We ended on good terms. And from then, I've been able to, take Iyer Idly forward. See, until then, it was just, it was
Was
not
there a financial hit of leaving the job?
Not really.
Not really. Things continue to
sustain. It was getting better. People started to know Iyer Idly more. A lot of, I started increasing the presence on social media. I didn't have a personal Instagram account or Iyer Idly Instagram account for the longest of time. Only in 2020, after the lockdown was removed, is when I thought, okay, fine, let me do something different. How long will I just stick to the same old traditional method? So on Instagram, I started reaching out to a lot of food bloggers. People started visiting me. Kripal Amanna. No. Raghu Wine Store was one of the first bloggers to visit me from
Oh, yeah?
Metro Saga. Yeah, from Metro Saga. Early 2020. Raghu and I are good
Nice.
friends, by the way. Yeah.
Nice,
If you're
nice.
watching this video, Raghu, hi.
He's been here, by the
I know.
way. Yeah,
I've seen that, yeah. So Raghu was one of the first bloggers to visit Iyer Idly in 2020. And then Kripal Amanna came. Slowly, a lot of small-time food bloggers. You know, every week I used to have one visitor coming in for content, and and then people started to know. Everyone in Bangalore began to know what Iyer Idly was.
What Iyer Idly is.
Yeah, and then this small boy, like out of nowhere does something. That's how like the word goes, right? And
So you suddenly start getting a little famous also here and there, like when all these videos started coming out. You must have got some reactions, right, from people. Like people would have messaged you saying, "Hey,
See,
I saw your video."
See, the thing is, right? Social media is it's dicey. Okay, you have a lot of good things that can happen. Also, you have a lot of bad things that can happen. Also, so it's about how you manage that. It's an art to manage social media.
The attention that you get.
Yeah, the attention it gets. It tends to get really overwhelming at times. Okay, like all of a sudden, like right after Kripal Amanna's video came, the amount of messages and calls that I got, it was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Kripal Amanna has a huge reach.
Yeah.
I mean, massive. Next level.
Yeah.
Right after this episode, I think the episode came out on a Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock IST. The video was out on the internet. From 11:15, the amount of messages and calls I got was crazy. And I didn't know. All this is new to me, right? It's absolutely new to me. From getting 1-2 calls a day, and then to getting 100-200 calls a day is wow. Okay, I didn't know.
What did Kripal Amanna's video do to Iyer Idly?
It gave me a larger and a newer customer base. So people who did not know what Iyer Idly was from other parts of Bangalore started coming. Yeah, and it's more than just the monetary benefit that you get, right? It's the relationships that you build with people over a period of time, and Iyer Idly is known for that. It's, as I said, it's not just a place that serves food. It is a institution, I would call it. It's a part of people's life. Even now I have customers who've been coming to me for the last 21 years.
Wow.
And they're not just customers, they're more than customers. If I'm not there in shop, people text me and ask, "Hey, I didn't see you today. Is everything all right?" Yeah, people just randomly text, "Hi, I came the last few times. I couldn't see you.
What's up?
What's happening? Are you okay? Is everything fine at home?"
Sweet, that's sweet.
Yeah, so it's more than just a customer vendor relationship. It's like a family. It's like one big community. So I think that's and all of these things take time to build, right?
It's not easy.
It's not easy, and
it's brick by brick.
It's brick by brick. Yeah. So I always believe in organic growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the strongest fucking way that
exactly.
exists. Yeah.
I'm extremely old fashioned. I'm extremely old fashioned. And see, that's how my nature is, right? You ask me who's your favorite cricketer, I will not tell you Sachin, I will not tell you Virat, I'll probably tell my favorite cricketer is Rahul Dravid. Yeah, so that's the kind of a guy.
That's a nice way to explain your thought process.
Yeah. Like Pujara, like how Harsha Bogle rightly said, Cheteshwar Pujara is a classical musician in the era of Yo-Yo Honey Singh.
Oh, nice. I haven't heard that.
Yeah,
nice.
I would probably resonate myself to that. In the era of Yo-Yo Honey Singh, I'm a classical musician.
You're a classical musician. It's as simple as
as simple as that. I'm for me, I believe in taking baby steps. I'm not someone who wants overnight success, because that's not going to last forever. Yeah, it's taking one step at a time, being calculative, being aware of things.
And there's a beauty in that, right? When you take it one step at a time is where you really enjoy it. Yeah. Why are you jumping? Where do you really want to go?
And that's real growth. That is real growth.
That is real growth. When you really slow down,
that's real
and
growth.
you're okay with the world moving on, and you're right there working on what you want to work on. whoever wants to go wherever, all the best. I am here working on something.
Understanding that is
Yeah.
a different level of maturity.
Yeah.
See, not a lot of people can understand all of these
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
People think, okay, fine, I have to work 24/7, I have to do this, I have to do that. Oh, it's like when you start looking life as a race,
You're screwed anyway.
you're screwed.
So let's talk a little about your present day business, right? Because I myself, right now, I'm not fully aware of certain things which I wanted to talk about. So one, what's on your menu on present day?
So we have 4 items in our menu.
Okay.
Idli,
Mm.
vada,
Mm-hmm.
upma,
Mm-hmm.
or also called as khara bath.
Hmm.
Then we have kesari bath.
And the rates you're selling it at are?
Idli and vada are priced at rupees 12 each.
Hmm.
Khara bath and kesari bath are priced at 25 each.
What's your top selling out of these 4?
Idli.
Idli. Of course. Has to
Again,
be.
there's a very interesting thing when it comes to pricing also. Remember I told you when we started off Iyer Idly in 2001,
1 rupee.
50 paisa was each idli.
Yeah.
Again, obviously, owing to the gradual increase of everything around us, 2014 we came to a state wherein each idli was being sold at 10 rupees.
10 rupees. That's what you mentioned on Kripal's
2014
video.
from
Yeah.
April 1st.
Correct.
From 2014 April 1st to 2021 December 31st, that is 7.5 years, I stuck to 10 rupees per idli.
Yeah. That's
Now,
amazing.
There's a reason to it. Especially when it comes to food. Food is a fundamental right. Maybe the Constitution of India doesn't mention food to be a fundamental right. But to me, food is a fundamental right. Good and quality food must be accessible to all. If someone comes to me with 20 rupees in their pocket and goes back empty stomach with the thought in their head saying, I can't afford this food, I'm not able to eat, that night I can't sleep peacefully. Can't. The whole objective is for me to give, my vision or my dream is to give quality and affordable food to the society. And when I'm not able to do that, all my years of hard work, my entire existence is a huge question mark. That's the reason for 7.5 years, I stuck to 10 rupees. 7.5 years, everything changed around us. Things shot up like crazy. I'm going to be very honest with you, it did burn a hole in my pocket. But still, I stuck to 10 bucks.
Or to keep the same price
Yes.
going.
Yes. Rents increased. My worker salary increased. Gas cylinders increased. Rice increased. Everything around you increased.
How many staff members do you have?
As of now, I have
That you're
8.
paying salaries to? 8?
Yeah. I support 8 families. I don't... 8.
8? So you pay salaries to 8 people?
Now.
So what are these 8? Like, what are the rules? What all do you have?
2 cooks.
Okay.
1 to grind. 3 at the counter. 2 support staff. So in total 8. So I mean, all roles keep interchanging. I want everyone. I train. I run it like a corporate. I run it like a proper corporate company.
So there's rotation of...
Yeah. Everyone should know everything. Everyone. And I should know everything too. So even if a worker is not there, I should be able to do that job.
Has there been a chance like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've
do you
made
get
vadas. I've made vadas. I've grated coconuts. I've done everything. I've washed vessels. I've done everything. See, as an owner, right, you shouldn't have the thought to say, oh, I'm the owner. This is what I'm supposed to do. I'll only sit at the cash counter. Doesn't work that way. Get down, go to ground zero, do the job. Only then you will know. Come, I will tell you, we all wear the same uniform.
Okay.
We all wear the same colored uniform.
Nice.
I wear the same thing too. I eat with them. After finishing work, we all sit together at 11:30. We have a breakfast. So I see, and if someone asks me how many people work for you, I don't tell 8 people work for me. I tell 8 people work with me.
With us. Yeah.
With me, yes.
Yeah.
And that's how it's supposed to be. Like, see, you treat them like family, and you'll get better output. You treat him like a worker, he will behave like a worker. Yeah, you treat him like a family member, and he'll be more than happy to go the extra mile. And even when you're not there, the show will run. So
Because you can depend on them.
Exactly.
So, you spoke about how you've tried your hand at Instagram and to be able to help the business, right? But just generally, if I had to ask you, where is Iyer Idly heading, next? Are there certain thoughts in your mind? What to do better? What do you think is the biggest say, loophole currently for the business? Yeah, I want to dig your mind on that as well.
To your first question, where am I head? Where is Iyer Idly headed to? Yes, I do have a couple of plans. Okay. As I said,
let's hear
as
some.
I said, my vision is to provide quality and affordable food to all. Yeah. So what currently Bangalore is experiencing, what Bangalore has access to Iyer Idly, I want multiple cities in India and multiple regions, probably in the world, to have access to. I want everyone to taste good food. Yeah, and good food at an affordable price. Yeah, there's no point in you giving good food and charging a bomb for it. Yeah, you're supposed to give good food at an affordable rate so that when people come eat, they're satisfied. I think that's more important, right?
So what, you want to open up branches in other places?
Yeah, branches in other places that serve the same quality food, hopefully at the same rate as well. Yeah, like when someone comes to you and they have a good meal, and when they come and wish you, saying, congratulate you, saying like this is one of the best breakfasts I've ever had. I think that at that moment, right, like you are like on cloud 9, or like, you're really happy about it, and those statements can literally make your day. All the hard work that you put in when someone congratulates, especially when it comes to food, right? How much ever money you pay, and you may or may not get quality food, but when you get good food, I think that happiness is like it hits you at a different note altogether.
But how now? I mean, the first question that comes to my mind is, then how do you keep up quality? Is it franchising? I mean,
keeping up.
What is the way forward?
The biggest challenge that any hotel owner or restaurant owner has to face is maintaining consistency. Consistency is the key. Sorry. So it's a huge challenge. So, and that's where I personally get involved, day in and day out, stick in, just ensure that everything's going on smoothly. And that's how you maintain quality, right? You just can't let go of everything. Say, listen, you manage, and then you can't expect to have the same quality. Yeah. So that's where the owner takes charge. You don't have. You just have to supervise. You don't have to micromanage, but supervise from a high level to see if everything's going on fine. If if everything's on track, and see, again, my policy is simple. You're hardly making 3-4 items. Ensure you do your best for those 4, right? I don't have a menu that runs 40 pages or something, and then even if like one item screws up, the other items make up for it. No, I hardly have 3-4 items. So there's no margin for error, and and I want to do a good job in what I do. So I think that's one of the biggest reasons why we stuck to only idli for 19 years. So I think we were only one of the few restaurants in Bangalore that served only one dish for this long period. From 2001 to about 2000.
What about Brahmins?
I mean, they had idli, vada, upma, kesri back then also, I think. So
which also, I think, yeah.
Yeah, but we had only idli.
When they started. Yeah,
we had only idli, nothing else. So that's when, like idli, people come to us only for idli, because we are known for making that.
Yeah.
And again, see, as I said, owing to customer demands, people start asking me like, Krishnan, why can't you make vada? Like idli and vada go well hand in hand. Why can't you try other things? I said, okay, fine, why not give it a shot? So we started with vada. And vada began to click. People started to like vada. And then, okay, I thought, why not make idli, vada, upma, kesri baat, a proper South Indian combo breakfast. That's it.
It works. So you spoke about franchising. There have been, especially in the hotel industry, right? There have been so many stories where people expand and then realize it's tough to manage quality, and then they come back to base and say, let's just grow this. What are the ways of growing Iyer Idly in Bangalore? Like, is there a place where Iyer Idly becomes this restaurant where people come in and sit, like say a Shanti Sagar? Or
that's not my vision. That's not how I've envisioned Iyer Idly to be.
Don't you want people to come in, sit on table chairs, have 3-4 something like a Vidyarthi Bhavan?
No, I'll tell you how my business model.
But why wouldn't you want to do that?
Again, me being a finance guy, looking from a cost perspective, smaller the place, lesser your overheads are. Simple thing. You have 5 tables. You need 3 waiters to monitor those 5 tables. Yeah. You need cleaners, servers, all of it. Now my current model is such that people come stand in a line. People take their food. 70% of my business runs on takeaway now. It's only the 30% you eat.
All Swiggy and this, or people just come and take out?
People come in and takeaways also.
Okay,
Like people who
okay.
live nearby, right? They bring
just come,
containers
pack
from
it
home,
up
pack
and
it up and go.
take it home.
So 70 to 75% of a business runs on takeaway model.
Amazing, no?
It's easy.
Amazing.
So thing
yeah.
is, right? See, from a logistics point of view, you put in tables. Yeah. So people will come. So you go to a cafe. Simple example. Okay, you go to a cafe. You sit for hours and hours together. How much is the bill value at the end of the day? You hardly spend like about $200.
Yeah.
Probably one bottle of water. On coffee,
200,
because
300.
you wouldn't want that guy in the counter to stare at you like, what is this boy doing? So
You'll buy something and
sit. You'll sit for hours together
doing something or
the
the
other.
Yeah.
You'll with your laptop you'll be working. Your table value is not going to be more than $200-$250. It's a loss for him.
Yeah.
It's a loss for him, right? But again, if you didn't have tables, people just come, stand, quickly eat, get on with their life.
But it's also how much you can charge them, right? Like, I mean, maybe you can charge them way more than
Okay. How
You
much?
can.
How much will you spend maximum on a coffee?
maximum on a coffee. maybe
$200?
20. Oh, you're saying in a cafe?
In a cafe?
In a cafe, yeah, like max 200, like Starbucks level. That's seen as
200 rupees.
Yeah,
You'll sit
that
in a
also
cafe.
very rarely I'll do. I'd
Let's keep
rather go
200.
and-
Let's
yeah,
keep 200.
Okay.
You'll sit for 2 hours in a cafe.
Yeah.
200 rupees coffee. It's a huge loss for that guy.
You're saying you can sell a lot more in that.
In
amount
2
of
hours, I would have probably sold 1,000 idlis, yaar. Yeah, you sit,
Nice.
you go with your mobile phone, you'll be like, okay, fine, you'll be talking to someone. You'll spend a lot of time there doing nothing. So literally, the table is dead for him. He can't ask you to vacate also. He's like, sir, you have sat here long enough. No one will ask you to do that. So why even create an opportunity like that in the first place?
Got it.
Come, stand, eat, and go. And that's how it's supposed to be, quick.
Yeah.
You spend you save a lot of costs.
Yeah,
And
by running it this way.
by running it this way. And again, once you start focusing on tables and everything, you'll also have to start focusing on interiors.
Yeah, again another
Interiors
investment.
comes at a cost.
Yeah.
Now,
Maintenance
you'll have to
and-
recover that cost.
Yeah.
How will you recover? You'll charge it on the customer by pricing your
Yeah.
food high.
High.
That's against my vision. I want to give affordable food at an affordable price.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, get away with all of this.
So now coming back to your current business, what are the challenges? What do you think is stopping Iyer Idly from becoming better? What would you want to be better?
I mean, what would I want to be better? Very tricky. See, I just want more and more people to taste good food. So, like, I am working on a couple of projects now. I'm working on taking Iyer Idly to different places. So, honestly, there's nothing stopping me. Yeah, it's not that I'm held by foresights to say, don't do this, don't do that. It's just that, I'm a person who believes in organic growth. I want to take baby steps. So I do my research. I scout for places by myself. I do my basic research. I see what's in the vicinity, what will click and what will not click. And then I make a decision. So it's a slow process. Yeah, it's a very slow process. But trust me, it will do wonders. Yeah, it's so easy. Okay, fine. Oh, this place is nice. Okay, fine. It's close to this. It's close to that. Fine. Why not let me open a shop? It doesn't work that way. It has to be a mix of residential and commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't open something in a pure residential area. People will not come because people will cook at home.
What have you thought about food trucks?
Food trucks, again, you are bound by, your capacity is very limited. Yeah, like simple thing. Your food truck should be large enough for you to cook everything there. It doesn't make sense for you to cook somewhere
else
and bring it
and
in. See, the whole, your USP is you serve hot food, right? People literally like
It needs to be
straight
served right
out
there.
of the oven.
Yeah.
Food truck, see, if you're selling ready-made food like biryani, for example. Yeah, you can cook biryani in the morning and sell it for like 3-4 hours. You keep it in huge container and sell it. But idlis, you can't do that, right? You have to keep making idlis continuously. It's not that I can make 2,000 idlis at once and put it in a hot case and just sell it. No, it becomes
work.
cold. It's not as fresh as how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So, for my model, food truck may not work. But again, there are different dishes where food truck business will work. For me, frankly, it's not going to work. I'm not a fan of a food truck.
Yeah.
As I
It's
said-
picking up in Bangalore, right? Like a lot of brands are like coming in with a food truck. I saw this. There's one near Lalbagh.
Idli Guru.
Idli Guru. What do you feel about Idli Guru?
I've not tried, so I
You've
can't.
not tried it?
I've not tried, so I
Okay.
can't really comment about it.
Very small stall. Very small
See, again,
stall.
I think he's limited, right? His capacity is limited.
Yeah.
So you look at Idli Guru and you look at Buy to Coffee or Brahmin's Coffee Bar. Look at their volumes per day.
Yeah.
Huge poles apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to strike volume. You're supposed to hit the volume button. You're supposed to, go bullseye on the volumes. That's how you make business, and that's how you do business. Yeah. So food truck, what is the maximum that he can sell? 300 idlis, 400 idlis per day. He's limited, right? That's his.
Yeah.
You
That's
can't
a scope.
That's a scope. Yeah, but when you have a place, when you have a designated place, like there's no limit to it. As long as you can manage the crowd, there's no limit to it.
Are there any other brands around your shop that are like a good competitor for you, who take away your people sometimes?
I honestly haven't. I don't focus on all of these, Adarsh. I'll be very honest with you. For me, focus on your work. Enough.
But other shops?
There are hotels
There are.
keep coming and going.
Okay.
Last 21 years, I've seen a lot of hotels come and go.
Who try out?
Yeah. So see, that's the thing, right? Like people have that craze. When something new comes up, it's a human tendency, right? You want to go try. Yeah, and then you may like it, you may not like it. You don't like it, you come back to your original place. You like it, you probably would continue. So that's all. This is a part of life. See, we as humans, that's human nature. Again, you'll have to learn to accept this. Yeah, you can't really blame someone to say, oh, you were my loyal customer for the last 7 years. Now you're going to a different place. No, you can't do that. Yeah, everyone's palate is different. Everyone's taste keeps changing. You've had idli for 3 days. You might want to try dosa for the 4th day. Absolutely fine. That's human nature.
See, with all this time spent at Iyer Idly, right? You're an entrepreneur who sells food now, which means over time you're also going to be a better entrepreneur who sells food, which means Krishnan is capable of selling more than just idlis. Say, for example, a few years down the line, someone pitches you a great idea of selling another product altogether. Is that something you're willing to explore in your life, or you're saying, you know what, let me just focus on this? What if it's a different cuisine, like fast food, for example, or say North Indian, something else, or some other item, right? Say momos, for example. Have you thought of selling momos? Is there some other product you think Krishnan will align towards?
I'm loyal. I'm extremely loyal to the idli.
To the idli.
I'm extremely loyal to the idli. I wouldn't want to cheat on it. So, see, I'm good at this. Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm an expert. I've been doing this for the last 20 years. I should be good at it. Yeah, so I'll stick to what I know. I'll stick to what I can do best, and probably focus more on that.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, see, it's easy to put your hands into multiple things, be a jack of all, master of none.
Yeah.
But to just focus on one thing and do it consistently over a period of time, I think that's a great achievement. It's easy. Open a Darshini type hotel, have a menu item of, say, have 300 menu items, and if someone comes and asks what are you good at, what will you tell? This is my menu. But when you have only 2-3 items in your menu, and people come to you only for a specific item, and then when someone comes and asks, Krishnan, what are you good at? I can tell I'm good at making idli. Vice Media gave me the title Idly King of Bangalore.
Oh yeah?
It was a huge thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like
That's
it's a huge thing. It's a huge statement. Yeah. It's extremely overwhelming when someone calls you the Idly King of Bangalore.
That of Bangalore.
Bangalore. When you already have Brahmin's Coffee Bar, when you have Buy to Coffee, when you have Vidyarthi Bhavan, when you have Veena stores, you have SLV. So many places. When someone, it's overwhelming. But I mean, there is a reason why they did that. I'm not going to question it. Maybe they had a reason for them to call me the Idly King of Bangalore. Okay, how many of them get this opportunity? How many of them get this title on world media, on a global platform, to be called Idly King of Bangalore? One in Bangalore's population.
Have you eaten idlis from all the top joints in Bangalore?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like them?
I do. See, again.
Do you go and eat idli in other joints at regular intervals?
Yeah, I do.
Nice.
At one point of time, I used to come all the way from Vignan Nagar to Buy to Coffee in Baswangudi to have a plate of idli and a cup of coffee and then go back home.
Sweet.
It's good, right? See, it's good to try out new things. Yeah. Again, everyone has a different style of preparation. Yeah, and that's how you learn, and that's how you improvise. Yeah. You can't have the thought in your head to say, no, I am the best in Bangalore. I will not try this. I will not explore. No, that doesn't work that way. I've had idlis from almost literally every restaurant that has idli on its menu, that's the first thing I order. That's how you know, right?
That's how you are also.
Yeah, and you see, for you to know if someone's good or not, you have to try out their food.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong in it, right? Like, now I know the style Baito Coffee makes idli, and I know what Adiga sir does to make Brahmin's idli. Now I know because I've eaten there. So that's how you learn, and you should be open-minded to accept feedback. You should be open to learning new things. If you have that mental block in your head to say, no, this is how I'm going to be, I'm not going to change, what I do is the best in the world, you really can't grow in life.
So let's do a little quick quiz for you. Tatta idli or normal idli?
Normal idli.
Gatti chutney, watery chutney?
Watery chutney.
Idli with benne, idli without benne?
Without benne.
What?
Yeah.
You don't give benne at your shop? Bro, how can you not give benne at your shop?
Why?
Please charge 5 rupees and give benne,
That's
bro.
okay.
Please. I didn't know you don't sell benne.
Benne, yeah.
Okay, I'll get my own
Benne is a new concept. I mean,
Yeah. The guy here charges $5
for benne.
Yeah, like just a little of it, and he charges $5 for it. Idli is 12, benne is 5. But anyway, Krishnan, I think another thing I'd want you to do is like this, like you said, right? There's so many people who have supported Iyer Idly and made it part of their life. So if you had a message for all of them, I'd want to record it, and you can look at the camera and like really address that, because they are the ones who have really like built this for you and taken you.
Credit should
here,
go
right?
to them. Yeah. Like I mean, first and foremost, thank you for all the patronage over the last 2 decades. See, it's no business is easy to run without its customer support, right? And especially when you have a lot of choices, and people still yet stick on to the 1-2 options that are there. I think that's a real commitment, and thank you to all of them. Please continue your support, and without which we will not be able to grow further in our future endeavors. Thank you.
There you go. So, Krishnan, any other final thoughts?
Are we done? Really? No.
Why do we get this like every fucking episode?
Yeah. I'm seriously asking, like, how long has it been since we started?
Been an hour.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Hey, time flew, man. Really.
Yeah.
I really didn't know when.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Honestly, no, man. Like.
Any thoughts? Anything you want to tell them?
So I just want to tell one thing to people. So you just have one life. Yeah. You can choose to sit and complain, yeah, or you could choose to stand up and act. Yeah. Now, what you want to do, what you decide to do rather, will change the course of your life. Yeah. Not everyone. I mean, a lot of people tell, "Oh, I don't have." Social media is so evil. I've told you, right? You get good things, you get a lot of hatred also. Yeah, people abuse you. People say nasty things and everything. Yeah. And see, you can either choose to let it affect you, or you can say, you know what, it's all a part of life. Let me just move on. So, the point is, choose your decision. Make the right decision at the right time, because you will not know when you'll get this opportunity again. Yeah, it's just one life. What is the worst that can happen? Yeah, what is the extreme worst thing that can happen? You will fail. You will fall down. But when you get up, you're an experienced person. Yeah. Last 2 years, I've helped so many people set up their livelihood. People lost jobs during the pandemic. Even recently, a single mother from Kerala reached out to me saying that she lost her job as a school teacher. She did not know what to do. She had a kid to raise. And I don't know, the least I could do over the phone is to teach her how to make idli. And then she texted me like a week later saying that she sold 50 idlis on day 1. Another week later, she texted me saying she sold 100 idlis.
Wow.
It may not be a big number, but at least I'm happy with the fact that at least I helped set up her livelihood for her.
Yeah.
You know, like I think that's more important. You know, like I'm not someone who you know who says, oh, this is a secret recipe, I'm not going to share it with you. I'm not that kind of a guy. You come to me seeking help, I will do the best possible help I can. Because see, at the end of the day, I'm not going to take all my earnings to the grave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, while I'm there, let me help a few people. At least they will remember you. Okay, fine,
Yeah.
Krishnan helped me with so and so things. And last 2 years in lockdown, I've helped a lot of people.
That's amazing.
Yeah, people call me up and say, sir, I've lost my job. Can you do something? I said, okay, fine. I tell them how to set up a small kitchen at home. Simple things, yeah. As simple as, like you live in an apartment complex. You have 30 other houses living with you, 30 other families living with you. Not everyone's proactive in cooking. People tend to feel lazy at some point of time.
Yeah.
And for an apartment for an apartment, a common thing to have is a WhatsApp group. Send a small text message in the WhatsApp group saying, hi, I'm preparing so-and-so dishes for breakfast, lunch. Please place your orders by end of day.
Nice.
And you don't need great investment for it.
Yeah.
You're cooking at home for 4 people. Cook for 8 people. Same utensils, same gas cylinder, same stove,
Amazing.
same vegetable.
Nice idea. Yeah.
You make a living.
Yeah.
Slowly start. You don't see certain things, you don't need big bang.
Extravagant.
Yeah, you don't need to be extravagant. You take
Be
baby
simple.
steps.
Yeah.
Take baby steps. Be simple.
And that's the easiest way.
And that's the best way.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way and that's the best way for you to grow.
Yeah.
You can spend lakhs and crores in opening, setting up a place like with fancy lightings and everything. But when you don't sell good food, the entire thing is waste.
It's a big loss.
Yeah, people should come to you for food. A lot of these, my Swiggy managers and my Zomato people reach out to me saying, sir, why don't you have discounts? Why don't you have promo offers? IPL offer is going on. Weekend offer is going on. I said, my policy is very simple.
Just selling good idlis.
People should come to you for food. People should remember Iyer Idly for the food that they serve, not for the discounts that he gives. Once people start remembering you for all the other things except for the food, it means to say that you're not a good cook. It means to say you're not a good cook. Simple as that. So people have stopped reaching out to me because I give them the same gyan.
That is what you'll stick to.
Exactly.
Anyway.
I don't want people call up, people buy, sir, I want 50 idlis. Okay, cool. What is the cost of 50 idlis? 50 into 12, 600. Sir, no discount. What discount do you want? For food, you should stop giving discounts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should
And it's
stop.
already, you're selling also at affordable price.
See, forget. See, not many people understand that concept, but especially when it comes
Yeah.
to food, this concept of discount should not exist. The fact that you're filling someone's stomach, yeah, you're actually, you're feeding people, you're satisfying his hunger, that itself means a lot. On top of the discount, I want 20%. I want boss, not happening.
Crazy, Krishnan. So, man, I just want to say a few things, right, before we call this. I think the way you have explained your journey has been absolutely entertaining. I think even Aditya and Chirag will agree. It was really entertaining to just sit here and watch. I often forget that I'm actually hosting, and then I realize, no, I'm still part of this, because today I actually lost. I'm just sitting and listening to you and trying to picture the whole story. I think kudos to the fact how your family, got out of a situation where you lost your dad and took on the responsibility on yourselves, because as life-changing as that is, there are a lot of people who don't make the right decisions at those points and who don't see it. You said you're lucky to have experienced that, right?
It's an
The
opportunity,
fact
yeah.
that you're able to see that, I think, mad respect for that. Second, your whole job scene and how you had to make that decision, and you didn't do it abruptly, right? That's another thing I wanted to call out. It was never done abruptly. You analyzed it. When things were ready, the transition was smooth. And that's another thing people should know, that yeah, people shift, but that shift is a planned shift. It's not an impulsive shift, right? I think that's another thing I respected about your story. But it's exciting, man. I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this studio is always going to be open for you. At any point you feel like there's more, the journey has evolved, you want to talk about more things about Iyer Idly, please come back.
Definitely.
And we'd want to do a part 2 of this. But thanks for taking the time out. You came all the way from the other side of the city. It was a good 1 hour drive. So we really respect
the drive. So.
Yeah, we really respect that investment. I hope you had a fun time today.
Oh, I really did. I really didn't know that we were done, and I was shocked to say, oh, time's up. Okay. Wow. Cool.
Awesome.
I can go on talking for us, but now is not the time.
Awesome. So if you've watched till here, awesome. And all I want to say is go follow Iyer Idly on Instagram first. Second, if you haven't visited Iyer Idly, I think you should definitely do that. And thank you for watching. See you on the next one.